Kia ora everyone, I'm Tai and this is a Vinyasa yoga flow for anxiety. So today you'll need 2 blocks. Prop yourself up on one, come to easy seat. Hands come to your thighs, close your eyes. Begin to ground yourself here in the present moment. Acknowledge where you are on your mat today. Acknowledge where you are in your body and your mind. How do you feel? Deepen your breathing. Begin to become conscious of your breath. So if you like, you may want to place one palm on your chest, one palm on your stomach. And notice how deeply you're breathing. So are you breathing into the chest, into the stomach, or just into the throat? Notice now if you're breathing deeper with that increased awareness. Try and be present as the breath goes through the throat, to the chest, and to the stomach, then releases out through the stomach, the chest, and the throat. Notice if you find it difficult to breathe deeply. Notice if your posture also restricts your breath. Maybe elongate the spine here. Tuck the chin slightly to the chest. Pranayama, or breathwork, is one of the most central aspects of yoga practice. Through breathing, we actually connect the body, the mind, and the spirit. This gives us more control over our bodies and our lives. Wherever you are in your breathing cycle, exhale it all out here. And inhale fully. Exhale completely. Plant your palms, take out the block from underneath you. We're going to come onto tabletop. So, stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And we'll come through a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So, as you inhale, draw the belly to the earth, the tailbone to the sky, and the crown of the head reaches to the sky. As you exhale, draw the spine to the sky, tailbone to the earth, skull to the earth. Really open up the shoulders. Inhale, belly to the earth, head to the sky. Exhale, spine to the sky, tailbone to the earth, shoulders around. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A couple more in your own time. All right, and we'll come back to find a neutral spine in tabletop position. And when you're ready, Lift your right leg off the earth, press deeply into the right hand and the left hand. Extend that right leg back to be parallel to the mat. When you've found your stability, left arm reaches forward. Balancing tabletop here. Toes point to the earth, fingertips point away from you. Hold here, engage the core, strongly engage the hammies. Spine comes long, keep extending through the spine. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Left hand comes down, right knee comes down. If this is a lot for the wrists, maybe you want to invert the hands so the fingers come to the knees and maybe just give it a little stretch here. Warm up the wrists. And when you're ready, come back to tabletop and we'll do the other side. So make sure you're pressing through your fingertips as well, just to avoid pressure on the wrists. So find your neutral spine. Left leg extends, engage the core, engage the thigh. Press through all the fingertips in the left hand and extend the right hand ahead. Gazes to the mat, toes are flexed to the earth. Spine comes long. Breathe. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Hand comes down, knee comes back down. Open up the knees to as wide as the mat here, toes come together. Sit yourself back on your heels, arms come long. Child's pose. Make sure your hands are still active here, so they're still pressing into the earth to open up the shoulder blades. Spine is extending long. Pelvis is rooting towards the earth. Come back to your breathing here. Throughout this practice, we want to maintain awareness of the breath. So constantly, consciously try and come back to the breath. Alrighty, look towards your hands, come forward, tuck the toes, engage the core, lift the knees and extend the booty high to the sky for downward facing dog. Press firmly through your fingertips, maybe create a nice deep bend in the knees here if this is the first dog of the day. Pedal it out, take your dog for a walk. Shoulder blades are drawing away from each other, chest is open here, drawing towards the earth. So as your tailbone draws to the sky, maybe lengthen the heels to the ground a bit more. Breathe deeply into this pose. Nice. When you've found some rest in your dog, look towards your hands. Come onto the tops of your feet and roll over so your shoulders are stacked directly over your wrists for plank pose. Hold it here, press through the fingers, don't put pressure on the wrists. And step the right foot forward to meet the hands and the left foot forward to meet the right foot. Come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Bend your knees deeply here and fold nicely over for Uttanasana. Feel free to grab opposite elbows with your hands. Relax the head and the neck, maybe sway from side to side here. Plant the hands back to the earth. Come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Extend the spine long and fold Uttanasana. Create quite a bend in the knees here as you slowly, slowly, slowly roll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae to Tadasana. Feet press into the earth, shoulders roll back, palms facing forward. Inhale, arms round out and all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold and hinge at the hips to come all the way back down, Uttanasana. Plant the palms, step the right foot back, step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Pedal it out again here. Nice. Right leg lifts high to the sky. Make sure the toes are flexed and pointing straight down to the earth. Engage that left foot. Make sure the hips are square, you're not opening the hips. Hold it here. When you're ready, round your right knee into your chest. Really hug that left heel to the pelvis. Right knee comes high into the chest. Maybe, if you're there, give your knee a little kiss. Mwah. Look towards your hands and step your foot between your palms. Come up for a high lunge, so your right knee is stacked directly over your ankle. Arms come forward and up. You're on the ball of your back foot here. Really engage the thighs, pull the inner thighs together, so you're creating this energy flow coming from each thigh and up into the core. Engage the core as well. Fingers reaching high to the sky. Hold it here. Engage that right glute. And plant the palms to frame the front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Relax the head and the neck. All right, left leg lifts. Feet are flexed towards the earth. Hips are square, shoulder blades opening, chest is drawing towards the ground. Look towards your hands, draw the knee into the chest, draw the heel into the pelvis, and maybe, give that knee a kiss. Look towards your hands, step the left foot in between your palms. Round yourself up, high lunge. Left knee is stacked directly over the left ankle. You're on the ball of your right foot. Hands extending towards the sky, chest is open. Thighs are drawing together to create that energy. Core is engaged. Hold it here and breathe. Plant the palms, step back, downward facing dog. Straight away look towards your hands, step your feet to meet. Inhale and exhale, fold for Uttanasana. Bend those knees if you have to. Inhale, come up halfway. Feel free to use a block to extend your spine long here if you're curving in the spine for Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, hinge at the hips, round yourself all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, hands come to the sky. Exhale, hands come to your side, Tadasana. Take a minute here. On your next inhale, round your hands out and all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold back all the way down, Uttanasana. Plant your palms, step your feet back to plank. So your shoulders are stacked directly over your wrists. You're engaging the core strong here. Hold. We're going to lower down to Chaturanga. If that's too much for you, plant the knees, bend the elbows so the elbows are facing to the back of the mat, and slowly lower yourself all the way down. Inhale, round your chest forward and up. Try not to put pressure into the hands to push yourself up. We're just doing a baby cobra here, so you want to lift with the chest. Exhale, lower down. Push yourself up to find tabletop position, so tuck those toes under, press yourself up onto your knees, back to tabletop, tuck the toes, and back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog, toes are flexed and pointing to the earth. Look towards your palms, round that knee to the chest and step it between your fingers. Round yourself up for high lunge. Right knee is stacked directly over that ankle. Extend long in the spine here. Hold. Engage that right glute. Draw the thighs together. Want to have really strong legs in this one. All right, we're going to come onto the heel of the back foot. So plant that heel down. You may want to bring that back foot in a bit. You want your big toe to face the left side edge of your mat. So you've kind of got a 45-degree angle in that back foot. Straighten that front leg, arms are out long. This is where you need your blocks. So blocks are at the front of your mat. You want to extend your torso long over that right leg. Grab your blocks, frame your front foot, and fold here. Crown is rooting to the side, spine is long. You still want to be engaging in those legs. Should really feel a stretch in that right glute now. Nice. This is pyramid pose. Come back to your breath. Place your blocks to the side. Plant the palms. Bend that front knee and step back. Downward facing dog. Look towards your hands. Step to meet. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees here. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Hinge at the hips, round yourself all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands come to the side, Tadasana. Inhale, arms out and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold all the way back down, Uttanasana. Plant the palms, step back to plank. Bend the knees to the earth. Elbows bend here. Elbows are facing to the back of the mat as you engage the core and slowly lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale, lift the chest up for baby cobra. Feet are pressing to the earth here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push yourself up to tabletop, tuck those toes and back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts this time. Toes are flexed facing the earth. Look towards your hands, step to meet. Come up for high lunge. Fingers reaching towards the sky. Thighs are engaged here. Left glute is working. Hold and breathe. Step that back foot in a tiny bit. The back right big toe is facing towards the right front edge of the mat. Straighten that front leg. Come long in the torso, long in the spine, and hinge at the hips to extend yourself over that front leg. Grab your blocks, place it either side of your front foot. Extend here. Spine stays long. Keep those legs engaged. We want this to be an active stretch. Make sure that back heel is pressing into the earth, or at least attempting to. Shoulders come away from the ears, down the back. Bend that front knee again. Place the blocks to the side. Hands come to the earth, step back. Downward facing dog. Look towards your hands, step to meet. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, come halfway, Adho Uttanasana. Feel free to continue to use that block. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, round yourself up all the way. Hinge at the hips, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms come to the side, Tadasana. Inhale, out and up again, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold all the way back down, Uttanasana. Plant the palms, step back to plank. Lower the knees, engage the core, elbows point to the back of the mat as you lower yourself all the way down. Nice. Inhale, lift the chest hair. Keep the hands firm, but try not to press into them to lift yourself up higher. Just stay in baby cobra for now. Push through the hands, come up to tabletop, tuck the toes, up and back, we can find downward facing dog. Right away, right leg lifts. Look to your fingers, step between. Come up for a high lunge. Come back to your breath here, engage the thighs, keep the core active, keep that right glute working. Fingers reach high. Alrighty, bring that back foot in a tad, plant the heel to the earth, straighten that front leg, spine comes long and hinge over your hips here for pyramid pose. Grab those blocks to the outside of your front foot and breathe here. Make sure your shoulders are stacked directly over your wrists here. Chin is tucked slightly to the chest for the spine to come long. Bend that front knee, bring the blocks out to the side, plant the palms, step back, downward facing dog. Look to your fingers, step or hop to meet. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hinge at the hips, round yourself all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Now, stay with me. We're going to create a bend in those knees, stack the knees over the ankles. Spine is long, arms are still reaching up high. You want to put all the weight onto the heels so that your toes can almost lift off the earth here. Gaze is straight ahead. Chair pose. Hold this. Keep the core active. Keep those glutes active. On the next exhale, see if you can sink a little deeper. Inhale and exhale. Plant the palms. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold. Nice. Press through the hands, step back to plank. Lower the knees, engage the core, elbows point to the back of the mat as you lower all the way down. Inhale, come up to baby cobra, or if you're feeling up to it, press through the fingers and round the spine here for cobra. Chest is really open here, shoulder blades are drawing together. Engage your core and push yourself back up to tabletop. Tuck the toes, butt comes high for downward facing dog. Straight away left leg lifts. Feet are flexed, pointing to the earth, look towards your hands. Engage the core as you step that left foot in between your palms. Come up to high lunge. Keep those thighs strong. Straighten that front foot. Lower that back heel to the earth. Maybe bring that back foot forward a bit. Extend long in the spine again. Hinge at the hips as you exhale and extend over that front leg. When you can't bend any further, grab your blocks, place them outside your front foot. Spine is still long here. Pyramid pose. Make sure your legs are still active. We don't want to be slumping into this pose. We want the hips to be square. So actively push the left hip back and pull that right hip forward. Nice. Bend that front knee again. Take the blocks out to the side. Plant the palms, step back. Downward facing dog. Look to your hands, step or hop to meet. Exhale, fold. Inhale, round yourself all the way up. Exhale, we're going to come to chair again. So, bend those knees, stack the knees over the ankles. Hands reach to the sky, gaze ahead. Bring most of your weight onto the heels so that you can almost lift those toes off the earth. Spine stays long here. Stay for an inhale. And exhale, sink a little lower. Nice, you got this. Inhale and exhale, plant the hands and fold. Press through the fingers, step back to plank. Engage the core, lower the legs, lower the torso, all the way down. Baby cobra, or press through the hands and round yourself all the way up to cobra. Shoulder blades joined together. Legs are still active here. Chest is open. Tuck the toes, engage the core strongly here so you can come back up to downward facing dog. If that's too much, go through balancing tabletop. Straight away, right leg lifts, feet flexing to the earth. Look towards your hands, round yourself through, step that foot between the palms. High lunge. We're going to do something wild now. Stay with me. Bring that back foot in a tad. Now I want you to put so much weight onto that right foot. Extend yourself over that right leg. Lift off that left leg. I'm going to come to warrior three. So left leg lifts, left toes are pointing to the earth, hands are ahead of you, creating like a T. Keep a micro bend in that right leg. Hold for 3, 2, left leg comes to meet the right and fold, Uttanasana. Nice, that is difficult. Press through the hands, step the left leg back to high lunge. It's gonna get hard on that right leg, but stay with me. Plant that left heel down, straighten that left leg, extend long in the torso here for pyramid pose. Reach over, grab your blocks, frame that front foot. Gorgeous. Spine stays long. Stay with it. Keep that right glute active. Bend that right knee, blocks come out, hands come to the earth, step back, downward facing dog, pedal it out. Good job. Straight away, left leg lifts, toes flex to the earth. Bring that knee to the chest, step that left leg between your palms, come up for a high lunge. Keep those thighs engaged. Extend long here. Alrighty. Bring that back foot in a tad. Press deeply through that left foot as you extend your torso over to lift the right foot off the earth for warrior three. Keep drawing that left leg higher as you bring the torso lower to come to a T. Nice. Hold for 3, 2, right leg lowers and fold Uttanasana. Plant the palms, step the right foot back, high lunge. Then place that right heel onto the earth, straighten that left leg. Torso comes long here as we hinge at the hips to extend over for pyramid pose. Keep active in that left side. Shoulders away from the ears. We don't want to be hunching here. Bend that knee. Blocks come out. Palms press to the earth. Step back. Downward facing dog. Look towards your hands. Step or jump to meet. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift out of Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Bend the knees around yourself all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, chair pose. Hold it here. Nice. Inhale, extend yourself long again. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms come out and all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Press through the fingers, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Straight away, knees come to the wide sides of your mat. Feet untuck, come together. Extend the booty to the heels, child's pose. Come back to your breath here. Start to deepen your inhalations and exhalations. You've earned this child's pose. Become conscious of your breathing here. And when you're ready, walk your fingers back to meet your knees. We're going to come to a bound angle pose. So slide your hips onto whichever side you feel so you can swing your legs out the front. Bend the knees, place the feet onto the earth and let the feet drop. The knees drop to either side. If this is already too much on the knees, feel free to stack blocks underneath the knees here. Or if that's too much on the hips, feel free to sit up onto a block whilst you do this. If you have 3 blocks, you can do all the situations. I do not, so I will sit onto the block. Feet are pressing together, spine is long here. Just a little hip opener after working the glutes. As you inhale, your spine comes long. And as you exhale, extend as far as you can over your legs with a straight spine. We don't want to be rounding the spine here, so keep that spine straight. Once you get there with the straight spine, feel free to drop the head and the neck and relax. If you feel you can go deeper here, take out the block from underneath. Extend long and relax here. Maybe bring the palms and the forearms to the earth. Should feel really nice in the psoas or the hip flexors. If it does not, push yourself up a bit. We don't want to be forcing into stretches. It's counterproductive that way. We want to love the stretch, not hate it. Breathe deeply here. Consciously breathe all the way into the stomach. And exhale everything out. As you exhale, see if you can fold a little bit deeper. Plant the palms, push yourself up with a straight back. We're going to come to a reclined pigeon pose. So, lie onto your backs here. Bend your knees. And we're going to stack our right heel on top of the left knee. So we'll be opening the hip flexors. If this is already too much for you, feel free to stay here. Or, option to wrap the fingers around the left thigh. Bring the left knee closer to the chest. Flex the left toes and the right toes. And you can stay here. If you want a deeper stretch, wrap the hands across the left shin and extend your torso back onto the mat. Nice, and breathe here. Actively push that right knee away from you as you pull the left knee towards you. This should feel good. If it doesn't, once again, come out of it or reduce the stretch. Breathe into it here. Send that oxygen to all the cells. All right. Let go of the hands. Left foot comes back to the earth. Right foot comes off the knee and back to the earth. Knees stay bent. Arms come to the side. Just going to come back to find a neutral spine before we go into the other side here. Take a couple deep breaths. And when you're ready, left leg comes on top of the right knee. Open the hip on the left. Feel free to stay here or come with me to wrap the fingers underneath the right thigh. If this is a good stretch for you, stay here. Otherwise, come even further and wrap the fingers under the right, on top of the right shin. Pull that right knee to the chest as you extend the left knee away from you. Keep the toes flexed here. Make sure the shoulders are drawing towards the earth and the tailbone is pressing to the ground. Chin is tucked slightly into the chest so we can elongate that spine. And breathe. All right, let go of the hands. Right foot comes to the earth. Left foot untucks and comes to the earth. Knees are still bent here. Engage the core. Bring the knees into the chest. Hug the knees with your hands. Maybe rock from side to side here. And when you come back to find some stability, extend the feet to the sky. Bend the knees really deeply to the chest. Press the hands in between the knees as you reach for the outside edges of the feet for happy baby pose. So knees are drawing into the earth, feet are pressing the hands to the sky, and you want your shoulders to be sinking into the earth, as is the tailbone. So you're kind of working in both directions here. So your feet are trying to press your hands into the sky, but you're trying to pull those shoulders back into the earth. Spine is long. Chin is tucked slightly into the chest here. And breathe. And when you're ready, let go of the feet, lower the feet to the earth, arms come out by your side. Come to find that neutral spine again. And bring your awareness back to the breath here. Extend the right leg long and the left leg long. Take any last minute movements here before we progress into Shavasana. Palms can be facing the sky or turn towards the earth, up to you. During Shavasana, I want you to come back to that conscious breath. So notice here, are you breathing any differently than the beginning of class? Are you more present with your breath? If not, that's cool, because increasing awareness of breath is a benefit in itself. So either way, we've progressed. In the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it's a yoga Sanskrit, it states, when the breath wanders, the mind is also unsteady. But when the breath is calmed, the mind too will be still. So acknowledge that your mind may wander during Shavasana, and if this happens, simply bring your awareness back to the breath. If your mind begins to wander, just pull it back. A little tip I like to use is, as I inhale, think inhale. And as you exhale, think exhale. This helps you focus deeply on your breath. I'll leave you in Shavasana for a couple more moments, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out. when you're ready, bring your awareness back to the body, maybe wiggle the fingers and the toes. Roll over onto your preferred side, bend the knees, and maybe use the hands to pillow the head here. And just stay here for a couple more breaths. Acknowledge how this new pose feels as gravity pulls on this new side. And push yourself up to find an easy seat. Keep your eyes closed here. Cross the legs, hands come to the thighs. And we're going to come to share one round of breath here. So wherever you are in your breathing cycle, exhale it all out here. And inhale completely. Exhale fully. Bring your hands to prayer at the center of the chest. Bow your heads to your chest and thank yourselves for honoring your body and mind today by coming to practice on your mat. The light within me shines the light within you. Namaste. Thank you all for practicing with me today. I'm Ty. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time.